Zuma at his official residence of Mahlamba Ndlovu. And for more on what's to be expected today, we now cross over to our reporter Sipho Stuurman in Pretoria. A very good morning to you, Sipho. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, what time is the meeting expected to start?
In time, we're not quite sure what time the meeting will be starting today, but of course, as you mentioned there in that intro, that meeting is expected to take place today between the Deputy President of the country, who is also the President of the ANC, that is Cyril Ramaphosa, and of course the head of the state, that is President Jacob Zuma, where reports suggest that they are in the final stages of the talks between the two, and of course the final stages of President Zuma's exit. And now reports that have come forward, that have come through, is that some of the issues that are being ironed out is the security of the president, including that of his family. We also told that there is the issue of the legal costs that the president allegedly has asked that he wants the state to cover some of the legal costs on matters that are pending. We know that he made fresh representations to the NPA recently, where the NPA is currently assessing whether it will reinstate those corruption and fraud charges against the president. And analysts would tell us that it is likely that the NPA would reinstate those charges, and of course then that would mean that the president then would have to appear before a court of law. And we know that this matter regarding the spy tapes has been taking for long. It's taken 10 years. We understand it has costed taxpayers about 30 million rands. So it would be a costly affair if the president has to go on terms of paying the legal costs by himself on his own. So hence perhaps that he is trying to negotiate that those costs are covered. We also know that the state of capture inquiry is also, about to proceed, and the president just announced the legal frameworks for that. And you would remember that when the president tried to review the state of capture inquiry at the North Gauteng High Court, especially the part where it said that he could not, that he should let the Chief Justice be the one that appoints a judge. The president tried to review that, but the North Gauteng High Court Judge President Mahlamba found that the president was conflicted in the matter, and that indeed he cannot appoint a judge himself to head up the commission. And the judge president pretty much saying that the president is a central figure in a state of capture. So that means that you would expect then with the commission that the president would have to make some sort of legal representations. Hence the issue of legal fees is central, because you have the corruption charges that would possibly come up. Then you also have the state of capture inquiry, where the president might possibly have to take a stand. So hence the legal fees matter is central. But of course, you know that the Zuma exit, as we call it, has been a matter that's been in the public domain for quite some time. We've had SONA being postponed. We've had the special NEC meeting that was supposed to take place in Cape Town also being postponed. And the country is obviously just waiting, and some have called it this period political limbo. So we're hoping that a deal will be broken through soon, so we can just know what is the next direction for the country. It's now back to you in studio.
All right, Sipho, thank you so much for the update. That was a reporter, Sipho Stuurman, outside the Mahlamba Ndlovu presidential residence.